Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Shalom, family. Good to see everybody here. Hope you're doing well. Well, we're going to talk about a black farmer and his family that gave away 87 acres of land because they thought the city was going to take it and make it a park for children. But the city, what they did was they sat on the land for years. And then they turned around and sold it to a data center for $10 million. And so now the family is upset. Here's my thing. If you are a melanated man or woman, don't be giving no land away. You could have taken that 87 acres and made a small town out of it. You could have put a school there for our children, a park. You could have even put some type of medical center there. There were a lot of things that could have been done with that land. I tell you what, if that was my land, I would have let it sit there undeveloped before I gave it to some city. But I guess that's how I think. There's no way I would give my land free of charge, that amount of land, to a city. Come on. You trusted those crooked politicians were going to do the right thing? And see, I bet they did tell him, oh yeah, we'll make it a park over there for the children. They probably lied to him because they knew, what he wanted to hear, and he just gave over the land, gave them the deed to 87 acres. Man, you should have split that up among your family members. Don't you ever give these folks anything for free when they have committed all kinds of theft of land from black farmers. All these white farmers out here, y'all, damn near all of them got stolen land from our forefathers and foremothers that had land. They got it to this very day. They got that stolen land. Why would you give your land away knowing that? Oh man, when I saw this story, it gave me a migraine, just the thought of this family giving that amount of land away, 87 acres. 87 acres. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. Way our people, past and present, can be way too trusting. Way too trusting. I am so past believing Gentiles on anything, it's not even funny. And that is the truth. I am so well beyond believing anything that comes out of their mouth. So, y'all, let me go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Oh yeah, we definitely need land. I would have preferred if they would have kept it in the family, even give it to some of your grandchildren. I would have rather seen your grandchildren with it. All right, y'all. Thank you for the ones.
My parents had to fight for everything. My dad and mom wasn't invited in the city limits. So they had to make their own community. So when they made their own community, now you want to come in and you want to snatch it from us again? It's hard for Black and brown people to leave legacies. And anybody know this in America, they should know that. My grandmother was buying land back in the day because they couldn't buy land in the city limits. Then my dad took over and started buying more land. My dad bought this lot that we played baseball on, and balls used to go into Mr. Blinn because he owned the empty lot. He was talking to my dad one day and he said, "Hey, Mr. Griffin, I see your kids playing on this little lot. You know, if something happened, we're going to make sure we're going to give this land for a park for y'all, for the community." When we got annexed to the city limits and we started paying more taxes, we started asking for stuff. They wouldn't give it to us. Sidewalks, fixing the roads, nothing. Mr. Bland, he's seen all that. He's seen how they did this community. I think he wanted to make something right for this community, so he gave his land. I never thought in a million years that a judge wouldn't go our way, because I always thought deeds in Texas stand. When people give something, it stands. It's a cycle of doing us wrong. You want to take our community that we built because you want to make money 500 feet from behind everybody back door. Imagine us water bill going up, electric bill going up. When they know this stuff harms people, they know it, but they don't care.
A family farm donated 87 acres to their local city to build a park for those kids living in the city. The city turned around, sold that land for $10 million to build a data center. This is real, and it's a story of Taylor, Texas. According to 404 Media, a family living in Taylor donated 87 acres of their land to the city. The purpose was simple: build a public park where everyone, especially the kids in the city, could thrive. What did the city do instead? Years after the donation, the city took those 87 acres of land, sold it off to a data center developer, earned $10 million, pocketed that money, hasn't given that money to the farmer or the family. And now the developer is going to build a massive 135,000 square foot data center in Taylor, Texas, on the land that was donated, not sold, for the purpose of putting a public park in the city. This is 2026. Follow for more.
This is the land Taylor resident Pamela Griffin grew up on.
When I was a little girl, the Blinn family had promised my dad that he was going to make it become a park.
It used to be her and her siblings' playground, but could soon turn into a home for dozens of computer servers.
Everything around our environment that we have now, we're going to lose.
Donation fraud at it again. So let me get this straight. A farm family donates 88 acres of land to the city. Bad idea. Not to sell it, but to develop it. And not for cash, but they donated it specifically so kids would have a public park to play in. Little throwback to Parks and Rec for you, right? Guess what? It's not going to go well. So what happens after they transfer ownership? The city sells the land to a data development center for $10 million. But I want you to think about that for a moment, right? The family gives away valuable land that ultimately helped the community for generations at a time, trusting locals, and they expected the government to honor their wishes and do the right things. And then all of a sudden, there's no parks, there's nothing for the kids, development project, and $10 million profit for the city that could have at least gone to the children. And whether you support data centers or not, that's obviously not the point here. But if the people can't trust the government to really just stand behind their own intentions with donations, how can you plan to really trust them in the future? It's like when you go to a grocery store, right? And they say, hey, do you want to round up the next dollar to donate starving kids or this, that, or the next thing? People think they're doing a good cause. What you're actually doing is reimbursing the write-off that they took earlier in the year or last year. So they wrote off $10 million, and now they're just putting it back in their pocket right now. You're not donating. You can't write that off. They donated, they wrote it off, but now they want their money back. It's insane how bad donation fraud really takes things over, man, because it's always at another just despicable level.
So a family farm donated 87 acres of land to the city of Taylor, Texas. They wanted it to be made into a public park. Their hearts were in the right place. Why that city turn around and sell it for $10 million to build a damn data center? Hell, they should have just kept that land for themselves. Us black folks already didn't get our 40 acres and a mule. No, but in all seriousness, my 87-year-old grandmother asked me, she's like, where is my 40 acres and a mule? I said, I don't know if that's quite ever coming.
Black people, stop giving away y'all land for free. This family in Taylor, Texas, gave away 87 acres of their farm to the city. The city sold some of that land for $10 million to a data center. So now they then built a whole data center on some of that land that y'all donated. Sometimes we have to think before we do something. Our ancestors fought for us to have land. 87 acres is a lot. It is. You could do a lot. And instead, these companies around here building data center, they basically putting out poison into the community. This is a disgrace. And if I was the family, I would try to go and sue them because I donated this to y'all for a park. For a park. Why would you put a park next to a data center? Y'all better stop being so good-hearted and start knowing when to stop doing things.
Imagine donating your private land to support a public park for your city, and decades later, it becomes an AI data center. And you don't even have to imagine it because it's happening in real time in Taylor, Texas. Back in 1999, a farmer in Taylor, Texas sold 88 acres of land for only $10 to the city with the intention that it would be used for the public good in the form of a park. Fast forward to today, and the city just sold that very land to an AI data center for $10 million. And get this, the city is trying to sell to the public the idea that it is being used for the public good, that this new AI data center will generate $30 million in tax revenue for the city every year. Community members aren't buying it, and lawsuits have already been filed. They say the city should not be able to cash in on donations of land intended for the public good. What are your thoughts? If someone donates land for the public good, should the city be able to have control and sell it if they choose? Let me know in the comments.
You get what you voted for. Residents in Taylor, Texas, upset and pushing back because an AI data center is going to be put in their community. In 1999, a farmer donated a large piece of his land to the city for $10 so that it could be used as a park or recreational area for children to play. And what happened? Over the years, it got sold, and most recently, it got sold for $10 million. A plan on putting this data center in this community, and the community is upset and pushing back. There are already about 300 data centers in Texas. City mayors are nonpartisan but lean conservative. And they're saying there's not much they can do because it's going to cost a lot of taxpayer money. The city of Monterey Park, California, where I was born and raised, they recently got a ban so that data centers cannot be put in their city. That was done through a lot of local organizing, environmental groups, and grassroots. They pressured the city so that data centers cannot be put in their cities. And I think we should take a script out of their book and do this everywhere. How many more data centers are necessary? No more data centers.
No, well, I got bad news for you. They're going to keep putting these data centers up until this land is literally covered in them. That's the goal. They want them everywhere. They're in every state, and they're going to have them in damn near every county. So it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop, y'all. They're going to have the entire environment in the United States poisoned with these data centers, and see, this is why these folks in charge, they must go. They must go. They have been more harm than good. And that is the truth. Now you know why our Heavenly Father must come and get these people out of power. They are destructive. They are so greedy. They don't care what lives get taken out, just as long as they can make a buck. These are not the kind of people that should be leading the world. They're unfit to do it. That's all they have proven over these centuries. They are unfit to do the right thing, unfit to fix the wrongs of their past, and they're unfit to keep us all safe and healthy, and so that everybody can prosper on the land. They don't want everybody to prosper. They just want themselves to prosper on the land. They must go. And I see why the Most High gave them a deadline on how long they can rule. You have to give it, because if you don't give them a deadline, they're going to destroy the whole place. It won't be nothing left. So, unfortunately, I know people are taking them to court. Y'all, they ain't going to do nothing. They ain't going to do nothing. That data center is going to be there, and the people that are suing, they're not going to do nothing. See, it's all about money. If it's true and they're going to make $30 million a year, they want that money. They don't care about your little flimsy lawsuit. And they don't care what wasn't honored. I'm sure that black farmer told them to make it a recreational center, or, a playground where kids can go. And they probably agreed to it back then, but years later, they don't care. These folks never care. They don't care. Everything is about their benefit and no one else's. The least they could have done was honor what that farmer wanted. But no, that is just too much for them. No. So that data center is coming, and your lawsuits will all be bounced out of court. If you don't think they already got some judge sitting up there ready to throw those lawsuits out, you got another thought coming, because they're going to throw every last one of those lawsuits out. So y'all, look, I hope y'all prevail, but it looks bleak. Boy, I wish y'all wouldn't have gave your land away. Woo, man, what a fatal mistake that was. So y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I am working on a second live that will probably be like around 3:45. You should see it probably within the next hour. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Man, I am grateful, because this is the last day of this heat wave. It has been pure hell. And I don't know about many of you. Maybe we can discuss this on a live, but the sun is definitely hotter. You can tell there's something definitely different about the sun. And when you go out in it, it literally feels different. The whole atmosphere feels different. It's almost like the Most High is getting everything ready. Everything is getting ready for the change. But that sun, it is definitely something different about the sun, y'all. I can see it. So don't forget to pick up your hair products. I am a Black-owned business, and among my brothers and sisters, I'm Hebrew-owned. Among the rest of the world, I am Black-owned. I have tons of products. Come and get your products. So, y'all, also, I will be putting the announcement out for the upcoming sale on Juneteenth. So be on the lookout for that as well. That'll be posted in the community tab. Have a wonderful afternoon. Shalom, family.